time for Bet On It, brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook. Warhorse Sportsbook, the best place in Nebraska to place your sports bets. Got the sports books in Omaha and in Lincoln. They've got you covered with nearly every major sporting event. Live bets, parlays, in-game.
I gotta stop.
Props, and straight bets. They've got you covered. Go to warhorse.casino.com to see everything that they've got to offer, including some cool events they've got coming up as well.
Shane is a wild boy.
And if you're listening on KFOR, you'll probably go to Lincoln, the Lincoln Sportsbook to check it out.
That's like a 70s jingle right there. I mean, they probably had
who jingle?
I don't
70s, 80s jingle.
I don't even. That's not what anybody did. And Shane just did his own thing over there, and he went all Hollywood on us.
Jingle.
Jingle.
Got our own thing.
Got our own thing going.
Yep.
You know what I'm betting on? You know what I'm betting on today, DB?
What would that be, Robbie?
It's a football thing. I'm talking about football. I'm just talking about football. No, so our guy TK sent me a clip on the internets here of Mel Kiper.
You know there are a couple of Kucheras that tweet at us. Do you think they're related? I think is the other Tanner?
I have no idea. I maybe am just seeing the T Kuchera and assuming it's the same person. I'm not even realizing.
Well, you'd have to pronounce his last name correctly.
How do you say it?
Well, you said, what did you just say?
Kuchera.
Oh,
what did you say?
It was different than what I thought.
It wasn't like KFOR.
Did you knock it off? You're getting entirely too much joy from that.
Kuchera.
Okay, now you're just getting weird.
Selfish.
Wow. Wow. All right.
What I do?
What I'm going to need for you to do is get some self-control.
That's almost certainly not going to happen.
I don't even reckon.
We're 37 years in. If therapy didn't fix it, it's probably not happening. It's probably that ship has sailed. I think.
Oh, shoot.
On my self-control.
You're going to football?
I think somebody's cooking onions in here.
It does smell. It smells like cheeseburgers.
Yeah. No, I've got a football take. That's something I would bet on.
Okay.
So our guy TK, I don't want to say his last name because apparently it's he sent me a clip.
You're so sensitive.
He sent me a clip of. I'm not like Hollywood sensitive. Sent me a clip of Mel Kiper, who actually was being sensitive about.
He submitted it to you?
He did not.
The clip.
Oh yes, he did on the internets, on Twitter, not on Instagram. But we're just doing our whole other thing here. Mel Kiper was being a little sensitive. He was bemoaning that the two high safeties were ruining football.
Yeah.
And we had this conversation yesterday about the defensive schemes and how they're going so heavy in on stopping the passing game and all this. And what did we say? Like, hey, that's going to lead to a return to the running game, right?
Which it kind of has early on.
And that's what I'm betting on, is we will see a resurgence in the NFL, especially because there's already certain teams in college that still play this way, but we will see a resurgence in the NFL of power football, because that's what happens here. We got these ebbs and flows in schematics, right? Where you go from,
they're going all coach rule now, just boring.
Yeah. Just boring.
Just win the game.
NFL style, just boring.
Huh.
Michigan style, if you will. Jim Harbaugh style, if you will.
Yeah.
Might be about the perfect time for him to have come back into the league.
Yeah, they are.
They're just beating your head in.
Grinding folks down.
And I know that they haven't played good opponents yet, but I think stylistically that's going to end up paying off for them.
What's wrong with the Raiders and the Panthers?
I mean,
nothing like a good litmus test, like two of the worst teams.
We don't have enough time.
Actually, the Raiders did beat the Ravens.
I don't know how bad the Raiders are. I don't think they're great, but I don't think they're anywhere near the same category as the Panthers. Nobody is. Like the Panthers are in their own. Like, you know how Mahomes is in his own category for quarterbacks? On the other end of the spectrum, the Panthers are in their own category for dog doo-doo.
Somebody gave me another good quarterback yesterday that can defy. Not poor
situational. Defy situation.
Yeah. Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
We don't know, though.
What do you mean?
We don't know that he can defy situation. We don't. What? What bad situation has he been in? What bad situation has Aaron Rodgers been in?
So are we just discounting like sitting behind Favre and then changing the throwing motion and all of that?
What do you mean discounting it? Like, he had time to fix things. He had time to sit and learn, even if Favre wasn't super helpful. Like, you don't think he's a better quarterback for having sat a couple years?
Okay, Robbie here for not vouching for Aaron Rodgers.
Listen, I think Aaron Rodgers is super talented, and based on talent alone, I could see the argument for Aaron Rodgers as being one of those guys, but we didn't see it.
Okay.
I don't think Rodgers has ever been in a bad situation.
Speaking of which, would you like to read that caption?
ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr. says too high safety should be outlawed. No, just learn how to run a football. That's it. That's all.
I can't even believe he's making this stance.
Yeah, that's really dumb. It's really, really dumb. It's really easy. You have two high safeties, right? And you've got a bunch of smaller defenders now than you used to. So beat them up.
Yeah.
Like, that's how football works.
That's why I like the play so much that Bullock made when he deflected that pass in the flats.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't seem like that big of a deal. But Nebraska showed too high.
Mm-hmm.
They got down into what we call three strong.
Yep.
The second safety came down, smoking down into the box to occupy inside runner like Giff, which freed Bullock up to be a flat defender because in cover 3, your secondary level guys go flats, hook to curl, flats.
Mm-hmm.
And he got there, and the quarterback did not see that. I'm like,
that's a good play.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
You can do that in the NFL.
Yeah.
And according to people that have watched Illinois quite a bit, that's the whole claim to fame for the 85 Illinois Bears defense.
Just because they're from the same state doesn't mean they're the same team.
Disguising pre-snap.
Yeah.
No, I say that tongue in cheek. It actually is a thing.
Yeah,
it's a good secondary for Illinois.
For sure.
It will be a tremendous test for Dylan.
And it'll be a tremendous test, I think, for the offensive play calling to see if they can force Illinois to
see, like, for the Dennises of the world, to see if Nebraska's receivers can get open.
Yeah. We'll see. Hopefully.
So we can continue the further indictment on Coach McGuire.
Apparently.
I'm just saying.
Here's the other thing I
got one for you.
Oh, yeah. What do you got?
I'll give you a real game.
A real game?
Yeah, because everybody's down on them.
All right, let's hear it.
And they've got a huge one against the Guardians today.
I like real games.
I would bet on the Twins.
Ooh. You like the Minnesota Twins today?
I would bet on the Twins. I would take Woods Richards over Castillo. And I would take the Minnesota Twins to momentarily stave off the doom and gloom of Brian Christopherson and the like.
Minus 105.
So Team Christopherson over Team Schaefer today.
Taking sides over here.
I like both.
I'm always Team Brunts. I like all three of them, but I'm a Brunts guy. You know that.
Of course. I can tell by your level of professionalism.
I mean, I have known it for
you.
I have known it for like 25 years. That was you.
Oh, my bad.
We don't look that similar. That's Bet On It, brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook. Robert Rosenthal up next to talk about Illinois.